everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful spooky season and enjoying Inktober at the same time. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. I'm Wild Witchling, and even though I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of videos lately, I'm really excited to be getting back into it with the collaboration video. This is a video that I collaborated on with Frecklefox Illustrations. If you haven't seen her YouTube channel, you should definitely check it out. She does some beautiful artwork. She's a traditional artist, and I was first introduced to her work through a really awesome series called The Mushroom Girls, and it's so good. You should definitely have a look. Her Instagram handle and her YouTube channel, I'll both link them down below. But thank you for coming to look at this video. This is my first video since I've been working on a few projects. I can't really talk about them, but they've taken up a lot of my time, and unfortunately it's meant that my videos that I've wanted to do over the last couple months have kind of not happened. And I managed to squeeze this in for Halloween, which was what I really wanted to do, and I'm just so glad that I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to get right into it. So Kayla and I decided that we wanted to do a prompt video where we could give each other some kind of word, some kind of theme, and create art based around that, with the premise that it was Halloween, it tied into Halloween at least. And I really wanted to do that because I have primarily a witchy kind of content channel and Instagram, and I've been trying to branch that out into an even more niche kind of art witchy platform, I guess. So that's where it kind of started. The prompt that I was given was spider. I initially kind of thought, like the spider, that could very easily be an easy prompt for me to work with. I mean, spiders and Halloween go pretty hand in hand. I mean, lots of people are terrified of spiders, including myself. I see a spider and I just die inside a little bit. I don't like killing spiders, but I am not okay with them being anywhere near my persons, especially if they're alive. Even when they're dead, I don't like them in general. I understand that they're very good for our ecosystem and they're important, and I don't kill them, but in terms of having them anywhere near me, I don't cope very well. I really wanted to challenge myself and kind of look at things that I wouldn't normally draw. So when I was brainstorming, I pretty much just went with my instincts. I didn't do very many sketches or ideas. I just said to myself, I'm really terrified of spiders, and how can I change that but still make it really cool on Halloween? And the first thing that came to my mind when I just kind of started drawing and sketching was the only way that spiders could be less horrific is if they were probably the size of a horse, and I could see their eyes and I could see their feet, because if you haven't already, you should look up spider feet magnified because they're really freaking adorable. And I decided that that was going to be how I interpreted this prompt. So as you can see, I started kind of hashing out some different colors. Full disclaimer, and you can probably tell if you're any kind of talented artist who knows anatomy of anything other than a person, I don't know how to draw spiders. I had no freaking clue. I had to Google spiders like 4 times, and I was staring at them on my other screen and then looking back at my art, and I couldn't figure out why my spider was looking so horrible. This is cool, but something's not quite right. And it was definitely the legs. And I definitely kind of took a step back and went, I should look at reference pictures more often. I should push myself more often in animals and creatures that I don't normally draw, because this was really fun. And it was really funny when I realized that the legs were coming out of its abdomen, and I was just a little bit mortified. Actually, I didn't notice it. I knew something was off, and then my brother came in and he just kind of instantly went, what the hell is up with that spider? Like, it looks like it's in pain. And I was like, what do you mean? It's a spider, it's just a giant spider. And he pointed out very delicately that whatever I'd drawn wasn't a spider because of this reason. And I just kind of went, oh my God, you're right. So I started to really pay attention to the, there we go, you can see it now, that those back legs should be in front, not in the back. I started to really pay attention to a little bit more anatomy. I looked at some really magnified photos of spiders, and I still kind of kept my kind of creative interpretation of spiders kind of to myself, because like I said, I wanted to make spiders look very specific for a specific reason, which was friendly and cute, and I would want to own one and ride it and call it a cute name. So I kind of looked at those photos and thought, how can I incorporate as much realistic kind of body anatomy whilst also making sure that this spider was serving a purpose, an artistic purpose, I suppose, for this collaboration. I'm kind of going on a tangent, and that's fine because this video is like 15 minutes long and I'm allowed to kind of go on a rant. If you can't tell, I can definitely tell I'm getting over a cold and I sound really raspy, and I've been putting off recording for like 3 weeks hoping that it would just blow over and I'd sound better, and I just haven't sounded better. It might be the fact that I've been working a lot. I haven't had a lot of time to just kind of sit and relax and let my body kind of get better, so I sound a little bit sicker than I would like to. But hey, Halloween is almost around the corner. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited to celebrate it, and I'm so excited that I got to do this collaboration with Kayla for Halloween. Her artwork is really, really phenomenal, and I'm definitely going to recommend that you check out her YouTube channel and her Instagram. I'm going to link them down below if you don't know them already, but Frecklefox Illustrations. She works primarily, I think, with traditional mediums. I haven't seen a lot of digital work, but her traditional stuff is amazing and I love it. And I think anyone who has an appreciation for beautiful artwork should have a look at her channel, and she's just so lovely anyway. Like, it's always so nice supporting and following artists who not only have, you know, a really amazing talent, but are also just really, really lovely people. And throughout this, you know, this whole collaboration, Kayla was really understanding of when I was, you know, pushing my luck with time, when I was getting a little bit overwhelmed with work, and she was always, you know, a really lovely person to talk to. And I was really, really happy to be doing this collab. So I decided to go with, for Spider, a witchy woman of some kind, a, you know, mysterious woman entering a, you know, little town, riding a giant spider with lanterns on its legs, because, you know, of course there's lanterns on its legs, and a little girl coming up and being, I hope, pretty much dumbfounded by the fact that she is looking at a giant spider. This definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone in terms of just like the content. I get kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I get kind of caught up and I suppose lost in that kind of really picturesque portrait style work. But then I thought, no, you know what? I want to push myself out of my comfort zone. I'm terrible at backgrounds, so you'll probably notice that I strategically avoided doing one. But I wanted to do something that wasn't just, you know, a person up close. It was, you know, something that I wouldn't normally draw, but I really always, you know, wanted to draw. Or when I see other people draw stuff like this, I'm like, that is so cool. This was also a really good experience in terms of me just playing around with textures. I very seldom play around with textures unless I know that the payout is going to be worth it. I don't know what is wrong with me. Like, I have this weird complex where if I'm worried that this texture isn't going to look good, I almost don't want to experiment with it because it wastes my time. That's probably just a symptom of not having very much time in terms of, you know, getting to do the art that I want to do and not burning out. And I have got Adobe Photoshop, and I had downloaded a lot of the texture packs and texture paintbrushes from Kyle's Brushes. If you haven't done that, you absolutely need to, because it's amazing. And I thought I really wanted to have some fun with this texture. I'd already decided what color I wanted to do, so that was easy. I didn't really have to think about that. And it's a spider. It's a giant spider. I wanted him to look furry or fuzzy or really hairy. I wanted you to be able to tell that it was a giant spider, and I don't know if I got that across very well. Obviously, this is, you know, I don't do this very often and I'm still learning and all of that jazz. But it was just so fun to be able to sit and go, this is a really good collab. This is a fun prompt. I'm going to have some fun with the paintbrushes. And he's got hundreds and hundreds of them. And I just wanted to play around with a couple. And I did. I had a lot of fun with this. I have no idea what kind of spider I was drawing, but it's fuzzy and brown. And I was like, you know what, that's good enough. In terms of spiders, I don't tend to look at them long enough to figure out what details they have. I'm too busy kind of going, oh, here's a spider, and trying not to, you know, shrivel up and die. This was pretty therapeutic in terms of my fears for spiders though. Like, I never kind of looked at a spider up close and went, hey, you're actually kind of cute. You're an interesting creature. I knew they were interesting in an abstract sort of way, I kind of told myself, you know, spiders are important, you can't harm them, but keep them away from me. But doing this, I just kept thinking, you know, spiders are actually really, really interesting, and I'm really glad I got to do this. What else can I talk about? I've never done anything like this, so it's kind of awkward. Feeling like I was a little bit of an imposter artist, and I know a lot of artists feel that, but it's always difficult to feel. So when I did this, I was like, you know what, who cares what style it looks like? Just do something that you enjoy, have some fun, figure out some colors that make you happy, have some fun with textures, and see what comes of it. You know, no pressure really, because, you know, when I was talking to Kayla, she was just so lovely and easygoing. I didn't feel like I was being judged ever, or like, you know, I kept thinking, oh my god, she's gonna think my work is terrible, but no, she's lovely. And so it was a really wonderful opportunity for me to do some content that made me really happy, that I would want to watch if I was on YouTube. And I follow so many artists. One of my favorite artists that I follow is Emily Artful. You should check out her channel too. And it was just a lot of fun to be able to take that pressure off myself, enjoy what I was doing. And I think the result was actually pretty surprisingly good. I mean, it's not a masterpiece by any standard, but the collaboration let me loosen up a little bit, let me enjoy the prompts a little bit. I had some fun, which is important. I think I did pretty well, and I guess this is a really good way to come back into YouTube, especially with Inktober happening, which I've been desperately trying to do and failing at because of work. I've been a little bit preoccupied with a different project I can't really talk about, but it's been a lot of fun. If you want to see some little previews of that project, I can't really give any context about them, but I've got some sketches on my Instagram, which is wild.witchling. I've also got an art Instagram, which you can check out if you want. It's not very witch related, but it's just purely my artwork. No horrible photos of me either. And yeah, I think that's all. It's so awkward finding things to talk about when you're watching a recording like this, mostly just because you're looking at it and thinking, oh, I should have done that a little bit differently, or I should have done this, or oh, I forgot that I did this. Or I think just watching your artwork in general is just, I don't know, maybe it's just me, I just get a little bit uncomfortable and embarrassed, like, oh, you know, like people are gonna judge me, which is fine, I don't really mind. It's just that weird, like, you know, I hope people don't think I'm totally out myself. And yeah, I think that's pretty much finished. I did a little bit of shade, a little bit of shadows, a little bit of light bouncing off the background, which I, as I said, strategically avoided doing. And then after that, I did a few details on her dress, just little things that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily notice unless you were really close up to the picture. And I like doing that. I like adding little details that, you know, maybe only I noticed. It's just fun. It's like a little secret or something. And I've been having a lot of fun with overlay textures as well, because Facebook overlay textures. Why didn't we learn about this sooner? So fun. Being able to create some amazing colors and effects just with Photoshop, and it's amazing. And I probably sound like a total amateur for admitting that, but it is like one of the funnest things. So just adding little details like the little hat was really just, you know, last minute. I just thought, what can I do to make her look a little bit more interesting, add some interest to her character, because obviously the spider is, you know, the main character of this, and he's pretty interesting on his own. I added some kind of rune-like symbols and stuff to his little bridle, just to kind of show that he's not just a random spider. And that was it, and I'll insert the finished picture in the end. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you've got any, you know, critiques or comments for me, feel free to add them. I'm not really scared of that. Be as harsh or as lovely as you like, that's all good. Hopefully this is the beginning of more content that I actually have time to do. And yeah, definitely go and check out Kayla's video at Frecklefox Illustrations. That will be linked down below. If it's not, if I post before she does, I'll try and link it anyway. I'll insert it afterwards. But thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't sound too sick or too crazy, either or. And I hope you have a wonderful spoopy season. Happy Halloween, everyone, and have a wonderful day.